welcome back to Honest Bee by G. This is Ollie, and I'm G. We review everything eco-friendly and cruelty-free. And today, Ollie's gonna choose my makeup. Hey everyone, like I said, I'm going to have Ollie over here, my little Dutch rabbit, choose my eyeshadow colors. So I gave him the palette and he stuck his nose in, and there's one of the colors he chose, and the other ones you didn't see were Canvas, Fuego, and Disco. Let's get going. I'm going to start with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and I'm just going to take a little bit from the jar and tap, 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 tap all around my face. I'm going to use this beauty sponge to get away any excess, and then go in with my Milani foundation. I'm gonna start by using my fingers just to get a basic base all around my face and blend it in, tap, tap, tap. Then I'm gonna go in with my kabuki brush just to kind of blend it all in, what my fingers couldn't do. And then you're gonna make sure that you blend it all the way down your neck. Next, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. And I'm just gonna put a little dot on the inside and a little dot on the outside. I used to do a whole bunch of concealer everywhere and it just creases really badly. I'm going to take this little tiny blending brush and I'm going to tap, tap, tap more. It kind of looks like I'm rubbing it, but I'm not. I'm tapping it. It's just sped up. Look at that difference. I've noticed that when I do it this way, it seems like I have a lot less creasing, and the less product you use, the better. Next, I'm going to use that same color concealer and I'm going to do any kind of spot treatments that I want to make sure I get rid of any of that post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation and get any of the spots that foundation just wasn't quite getting. I'm going to go in that lighter shade now and just do a little bit of a brightening effect. Just a little tiny bit of product because we don't want too much. It's going to make you all creasy and cakey and no one wants that. With the e.l.f. Jelly Highlighter. It's really, really sticky, but wow, is it bright. And then I'm just going to tap it on with my finger just to get a little bit down, but it does look a little streaky, so I'm going to go back in with that kabuki brush that has my original foundation on it and blend it in. Time for a little bit of setting powder. We're just going to use a light hand. I'm going to start off with this beauty sponge and just tap a little bit in there. Next, I'm going to go with that same concealer brush that's really fluffy and tap the little tiny bends and crevices that I didn't think that sponge could get to. And now I'm double checking that there's no creasing. Looks pretty good. Alright, we're going to start using Fuego, the first color that Ollie picked, and I'm going to use it as my transition shade, and I'm just blending that all out everywhere. That is with, again, Fuego, blending it out a little bit with Canvas on the edges, just a feather, and then Sandy Bum is just a little bit of definition. But Ollie chose Fuego. I moved my rules just a little bit to try to make this work. I'm probably just going to go in with my finger for this one, for Disco. I'm going to swatch it for you guys. You like it? It's kind of cute, maybe. It's not my normal colors, but you know, that's what it's all about. You've always been interested in something like the Norvina palette, or you're a little bit intimidated by bright colors. I think this is a really fun idea. I mean, we just have so many mixes of fun colors, of mattes and shimmers. I think it's kind of a no-brainer just to take it and play with it and try to find new color combos and maybe be surprised by something you didn't think would work. Like, I don't hate this. Ooh, I'm gonna have like a blue finger forever. Oh my god. That is not going away. I feel like I've got like in Willy Wonka when she starts turning to a blueberry. Alright, I'm gonna take my brush on the palette a little bit to try to get those edges a bit more defined. Like that gradient effect. Doesn't mean I'm good at it, just because I like it. I'm gonna go back in with Fuego a little bit, just to blend in one more time. Having some issues with it sticking, at least this shimmer shade. I mean, it's really pretty when it goes on and it glides on. When I put another shade on top of it, it definitely kind of pulls it back off. So I bet this shade is really pretty if you mixed it with this Tropicana, this lavender, but Ollie wanted opposite colors going on here. I'm gonna go in, if I can find my brush. Ollie, you take it. You take my brush. Oh, here it is. Into that sandy bum one more time. Just a little bit on those edges to darken it up. Maybe. Oh! I know, Ollie. I disappointed you. I disappointed myself. Once again, I'm just cleaning it back up with canvas. I kind of want a little hit on the inner corners, so I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick, and this is in the color Perfect Pearl. That's what we're looking like so far. No, I'm happy. Now I'm going to use this e.l.f. eyeliner. It doesn't even have a color, but it's kind of like a dark purple. The thing I like about these is they have like a little sharpener right on them, so sometimes if an eye look just doesn't seem like it's working, I feel like the minute you add an eyeliner and some mascara, it can make a huge difference. These aren't the smoothest, they're a little bit dry and a little bit hard to blend, but they're not bad. It's definitely a really pretty color. On the lower lash line. I love to take an angled brush and kind of smudge it just a little bit. Gives a softer look to an eyeliner. I think that already looks a little bit better. Not hating it. Thoughts so far? So cute. I'm gonna use their mascara primer. I don't know how I feel about mascara primers. Do they actually do anything? I don't know. It was like, what, $2, $3? So why not? Did I bend it or was it bent before? Okay, we're just gonna say that it was bent. If it was meant to be bent, I actually think I like this little bent action going on. Is anyone actually capable of putting on mascara without making a weird face? I don't have an e.l.f. lip liner, but I do have this Milani lip liner in all natural. I'm gonna pop a pink. Alright. And then I'm going to throw on this prismatic lip gloss. All right, I'm gonna take these out. I do think this taught me a lesson. I wouldn't have normally picked these colors because I'm really scared of cool tones because my skin, even though it's incredibly pale, it's very warm tone. And the minute I put anything neutral or cool on my face, I look dead. But pairing it with Fuego and then going in there with a little bit of canvas and sun bum or sandy bum, I think it kind of warmed it up and brought it. What are you doing? Oh, I know it's not all about you again. Adding that warmth in there did make a difference to kind of counterbalance that coolness in the purple. And I think that if you do have that really warm toned skin and you're trying to add a cooler color, I think you can do it as long as you have a transition shade or something else around the face warming it up, like also that peach in the blush. So I'm not crazy about this lip color with it. I probably needed something more peachy to offset this part because like I said, I just don't look as good with the cool tones and I think this is a little cool. So I think maybe if I had something a bit more coral, let me see, what do I have here? I have another one of their lipsticks. I don't know if this is too light. This is their color Cream. And I already wear a gloss, but oh well. You're just playing here. I'll play with it. I'm gonna play with it. I want to try this combo again with the Disco and the Fuego. Even though it might not be your first thought, I think it's worth kind of looking that you can kind of pick two random colors. And you might be surprised how much you like it. Even if you don't, guess what? It's makeup. You can wash it off. think the lesson in this palette that's really beautiful, the shadows applied really nicely, especially for $14. I mean, I think this is really incredible. I think the point is that have fun and maybe try picking any random matte and any random shimmer, and you might be surprised at how it turns out. You might actually like it. I don't think this was, I had zero expectations for Ollie. I thought this was going to be a huge miss, but I don't think it's bad. I mean, maybe try something like Fuego in Sip Sip next time, or even if you did like this kind of beautiful coppery gold mixed with something like royal, this royal blue, that's what I call it, royal. I think there's just lots of room to play with this, and these mattes are really pretty. Matte can be a really, really difficult formula to nail. I mean, and when you swatch these, I mean, they're pigmented. It's insane. With one swipe, look at that, wow. I think if you're ever really intimidated by a bright color, you can always do a pop in the inner corner of your eye, or make it a really fun thin liner, or do a really neutral eye with a black winged liner and then a pop of one of these bright colors right under the eye. Have fun. $14 for all of these. As far as toxic free and eco-friendly goes, drugstore brands are not my go-to for those two categories. They have amazing cruelty-free and vegan options, and if that's your main thing that you're really looking for, I think e.l.f. is such a perfect brand that you can with confidence say is cruelty-free and vegan with every formula. This is plastic. I typically prefer it in one of those, I guess it's almost like a cardboard material, a paper material that breaks down and is a lot more eco-friendly. This is the box that it came in, and what I like is there's no plastic. Everything just kind of came, oh my god, look at the highlighter on my hand. What I do like is that it comes with all of this corrugated cardboard instead of a ton of plastic everywhere. I really think it goes to show that you don't need a ton of plastic on the inside, or to wrap all of your products in a ton of plastic in order for it to stay safe in the box and travel and not be broken. So I would love for more brands to start doing stuff like that with a little bit more eco-friendly packaging, especially when they're shipping it out to you. Toxic free wise, obviously these all have talc in them. That's what's going to keep them more inexpensive. I don't love it. Most eyeshadows have talc, and I feel like if anything's going to be in your face, you're not going to be inhaling the talc on your eyes as much. So I don't think that's as big of a deal. Mica, the issue with mica is that it can be harvested through forms of child labor, which I definitely don't like. And when you have these really inexpensive palettes, that is more likely what is being used. I don't love it. I try to avoid it if I can, but mica is going to be your ingredient that has a shimmer in anything with a little bit of shine. It can be in your foundation, your blush. It's really all over the place. And I love when brands are really transparent about we only use fair trade mica. I hope today's takeaway was that sometimes when you have one of these crazy palettes, or if you're intimidated by a couple colors, just go for it. Especially right now while we aren't going outside as much, just go have some fun, play, close your eyes and pick two colors, or say, you know what, this color scares me the most, that's the one I'm gonna play with. And pair your really crazy funky color with something really, really neutral and matte and simple. Maybe try picking something opposite on the color wheel. Play, have fun, it's makeup. You can always wash it off at the end of the day and start new, and it's all about practice. And it's also about trying new things. That's gotta be one of the best things about makeup, is that you're always trying something fun and something new. So thank you for joining me and Ollie, who's decided to retire for the evening. So I hope you had fun with Ollie and I today. The diva clearly is in need of his beauty rest, and we will see you guys later. Thanks so much for hanging out with us and for reviewing the beautiful e.l.f. Retro Paradise palette. I can't wait to try the rest of the line. I think it looks incredible. I'm so sad that it was sold out. And if you have any questions or colors that you're intimidated by, let me know in the comments, and let's talk about it and let's try things together. Bye guys, see you later.